Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, country woman. What'd you say, Rick? Oh, Rich Rising. What's up, Rich Rising? Joya, what it is, sister? Whew. M-E-M-E in this piece. What's up? Man, if I tell y'all my arms are sore, I am tired. I'm I'm hitting this shit. I'm taking this damn diet thing serious, man. I tried to lift some weights. I am exhausted of 30 minutes of weightlifting, so I'm loving it. Queen Beijing, what's up, darling? April, what's up? What's going on, Royal Blue? There we go. I can see a little bit better now. Everybody, today we're going to talk about one. Thank you, April. Hey, so today we're going to talk about one. So now, again, people, listen. I want you guys to understand because there's going to be an exercise to this one once we get through the explanations, and I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to do this exercise. It's not going to be for everybody. Some people may say, double fuck this exercise, man. I ain't even going to try this shit. But this is the cause. This is the root cause to a lot of things that go wrong in your life. These are the things. This is why things go bad in your life. So bad that I had to figure it out. I'm just gonna get up here and I want to pull up the actual root definition of it. Say, yeah, part thing. That means segment section. All right, I just want to make sure you guys got it all. But and you guys are gonna understand when I talk about this why this need to be prayed out of our ancestor energy. I lost my glasses white, so I got to get another one today. All right, so I'm just gonna jump on into it. So the word of today is called Keter. Keter. It depends on your language, your tongue. Keta. Now, when we look at this thing and we say Keter, we don't typically understand what that means. If you and this is crazy. If you look up Keter online in the regular just definition, they'll give you a fish. They'll give you a salmon. They'll say, well, there's Keter salmon. And you're like, shit, what does Keta salmon has to do with anything, so we'll stop it right there. But when you go deeper into that word, Keter, Keta, Keta, whatever you want to call it, you'll find that it's part of your memory. It has everything to do with the memory. Now, reason why I'm going to mention the salmon in this issue first before I get into everything else. Everybody know that salmon do that thing where they spawn upstream, right? It's like when a salmon is born, instinctively it knows to go back to the same place it was born. No matter where it's at, it could be done traveled 100 miles. It would take 3 years, 100 miles, whatever, to get to that same spot it remembers being born at. Now let that sink in. It no matter where it's at in its life, when it's come time to reproduce, when it come time to be inspired, when it come time to spawn, in human beings lifetime, when we spawn, that means we're going to another transition. We're birthing another part of ourselves. Same thing with the salmon. When the keter, so that's why they call that's why keter is short for salmon. Keta, because salmon is the only animals that do exactly what they're supposed to do without hurt, harm, or fail to get back to the same place to where they was birthed. Now, when I say let's take the fish off the table and let's talk about how it affects us as memory, thought processes, energy. See, this is the perfect thing for our ancestor prayer this morning because more than often we do the same thing that our ancestors have done. We have the same mentality. No matter how far we go in life, we always want to come back to the point of origin, as if this is a certain thing that where this is the only place where we can achieve, grow, and amass. We have to take a step back to take two steps forward. See, I always hated that motherfucking line. I always hated that phrase, and the way my mind worked, I was taught to challenge everything. I always hated, oh, sometimes you got to take one step back to take two steps forward. To me, that's a loser. That's a quitter, and that's somebody who's taking time out to be fucked over by life. I don't want to take two steps back. I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to go back to my point of origin in order for me to get further ahead in life. That means I done gave up on a goal. I done gave up on a mission. I done gave up on a plan in order to achieve something. That's asinine. That's more time. That's more treasure. That's more effort. I don't I don't think I should be putting all that effort into this thing. So let me help you out because this is gonna get serious. I told you it's gonna be an exercise at the end of this because I'm gonna expose something inside of you to which you keep going back to and you never fix the situation. You never try to understand where that comes from. Now, let's get back on the salmon before I get back into this thing. Now, the salmon, they go there to rebirth themselves, to give birth, to spawn, but also after they give birth, they end up dying. They end up dying. So that part of them that traveled back to that point of origin, to which is in their DNA, to which is in their subconscious mind, to which is in their soul, their spirit, after they give birth to the new version of themselves, the old version dies. People, what if I told you that we go through this Keta moment every fucking day of our lives? See, but we don't sit up there and allow that version of us to die. We'll take that Keta moment and keep on trucking. We'll keep on trucking, and then we have to constantly come visit that again. We'll keep on trucking, then we have to come visit that again. We'll keep on trucking, we have to come visit that again. So now let's say that this is not a person, place, or thing. This is memory. This is in the mind, the subconscious, that is. Ancestors had to deal with this shit. Now, as far as Americans, American blacks, Negroes, they say we descended of slaves. Ignorant motherfuckers that came over here on the boat, didn't know how to defend ourselves, didn't know how to cook for ourselves, feed ourselves. Just we were dependent on the man to give us a job, a mission, a purpose, and that's all we come from. We're American Negroes. They have a law in books, in situations, and circumstances, in scenarios stating that even if they was to give somebody like me and you $1 million, even if we was to win the lotto, we would be poor within 20 years. We will be poor within 20 years because guess what we're going to do? We're going to come back and help the community. We're going to come back and we're going to have to start from the point of origin. We're going to come back and we're going to buy that duplex that my mama lived in. We're going to sit up there and buy that same old car that my granddaddy used to drive. We're going to sit up there and do that type of shit. And then once we get in there, we're going to start living that lifestyle because now we're going to remember every traumatic thing that went on in our lifetime when we was younger, back in that energy, and we're going to try to fix it. And all of our earnings, funds, all of our thought process, all of our mental gains are going to be taken away from us because we feel the need to give back. I bet you're saying, Baron, that's so goddamn selfish of you. If you make it, you're supposed to thunder back and help your people. You sure about that? You sure about that? Just because I've bust my ass and made it to a certain point, I'm supposed to put myself in jeopardy, put my family in harm, put my riches put my riches on the table to thunder back and help out a community of people who don't understand and is not trying, or it's under the rule of thumb. You got to take one step back to take 2 steps forward. Now, by all means, I'm not sitting up here saying don't go back and help your people. No, no, no. I'm just saying you should not put yourself back in that situation when you helping them. A nice little loan. Pay 1 or 2 months worth of bills for them. Give them a leg up in the game. But don't you take your ass back to that hood. Don't you take your ass back to that time. Don't you take your ass back to that plantation. Don't put yourself in that situation and think you're supposed to birth another fucking version of yourself. No, you're going to step into the same energy that you were as that person in that situation. Now, I'm saying a lot, but I want y'all to get it. God damn it. Y'all need to get it. So let me take it away from the here and now. Let me just go to relationships. Everybody that had relationship issues, I have. I'd say if I could keep a woman for more than 7 years, good Lord, I'm marrying her ass and I'm never giving up. That's see, I know my pattern. 7 years is my thing. After 7 years and that shit, after 7 years, it just seemed to funnel. So lucky number 7 for me. So that's just me. So I know my habits, I know my patterns, right? In relationships. So if I set a marker in my mind that come 7 years, I need to be on the lookout for any of my bad habits, any of the bad habits my mate is going to present to me. I need to be 100% on the lookout for that. I am not going to challenge my mate. I am not going to challenge my partner on anything before that traumatic period in my life of 7 years. Pay attention now. Some of y'all losing out on your good mates, your masterpieces, the one God, spirit, source put in your life because you keep going back to a point in time when your baby daddy, your baby mama, your girlfriend, your ex fucked you over. And your mindset is simply that of they fucked me over. So now I got to be on the lookout for the one that I got in my life right now because they gonna fuck me over. Did you ever once stop to think? Well, I was with this, but we had some good years up into the 3-year mark. We had some good times up into the 1-year mark. We had some good time in the past relationship up into the 5-year mark, 7-year mark, 10-year mark. And then the 10-year mark shit just went to hell. Now, instead of basing on your relationship, having that Keta moment, going back into your defensive mechanism, going back into the place where you feel you can spawn yourself and get rebirth to yourself, go back into your cave. Instead of having that Keta moment, how about you just don't worry about all the shit that your ex did and you focus on the here and now with the person that's in front of you. And then when you get to that 10-year mark that ex gave you hell in, or that you gave that ex hell in, that's when you start recognizing yourself, because we are creatures of pattern, habits. I hope y'all understanding what I'm saying now. Thank you, Kathleen. I appreciate that so much. We are creatures of habit and patterns. So, if I know, me, Baron, if I know that every time I've been in a long-lasting relationship, when that 7-year mark hit, or it's coming up to that 7-year mark, shit start to fizzle out, I need to be on my P's and Q's and watch my motherfucking actions, watch my tongue, watch my mindset at that point in the game. I ain't making sense, am I? I need to be watching what the fuck I'm doing at that 7-year mark, because I know and I'd have mapped out my motherfucking issue when it comes to relationships. I need to be making sure I'm on my shit. Now I can make sure she's on her shit, because now I can look at her and say, it's been 7 years. Is she doing the same thing X, Y, and Z did? Is she operating like this? And the common denominator is me, because them two may not know each other. So the common denominator is me. That means I am giving them the illusion that they can do some shit like this. I am giving them the game book to do this right here. I am putting them in a position to operate like this one did towards that 7-year mark. So ultimately, it's me going into a Keta moment. I don't gotta blame her for fucking me over. I can't blame her for leaving me. I can say, bitch, you hurt me. I can say, yeah, you fucked me good. I can say, yeah, I'm sorry, and I got pain. I invested in and you ran off. I can say that, but I can't blame her because I gave her the playbook to do that because I didn't pay attention. This is relationship now. I hope y'all getting it. I'm putting me on the line because I don't know who y'all booed up with. I'm talking about my situation over the relationships of my life, my marriages, girlfriends from high school, everything. Every time I was in a long-standing relationship, 7 years is all it took. When it got to that 7 year mark, shit went to hell. And I can't blame society, the internet, books, grandma, everybody. I'm the common denominator with them women. Those women attitude had one thing in common. Me. Not society, not life. Me. So the way I operate now, when it comes to that 7 year mark, I'm paying attention to my shit. Because now I'm watching them to make sure they okay. Now, what does that have to do with this word Keta? I want to make sure you guys understand. Keta, the textbook definition of Keta, I talked about salmon, how salmon go back to the place of origin. In 7 years, I'm going to go back to my place of origin to see where I fucked up at because that's a traumatic thing for me. 7 years in a relationship, it becomes traumatic. I get scared. Ooh. So now I'm operating out of point of survival. Same thing as you. See, it's 7 years for me. It could be 1 month for you. It could be 3 months for you. Hell, it could be when you gave up the puss. Hell, it could be when you put cock in them. It could be that. But I go on a date. Pay attention. So when we get in that operation off of survival mode in that Keter, that means we going back to a place to where we was birthed. That energy of separation for me, that energy of lack for some, the energy of poverty for most. And we have to sit up here and we have to understand if I'm going to be back in this situation, I need to do everything to destroy that version of me. So when I do respawn and move forward, I don't need to come back here. See, that's where we fuck up at in relationships. That's where we fuck up at in relationship because we go back to the part where we have to be on our P's and Q's, on our guard. We have to watch that hoe. We have to watch that nigga. We can't trust him or her. We go back to that shit and then instead of spawning, understanding, dying and leaving, we operate in that shit for here and forever and think that, okay, it's going to get better when it don't. Because we just keep stacking up traits, illusions. We keep on and we keep creating a Keter moment. So now we done walked around our whole life is a Keter moment. Y'all follow me so far? Did I lose any of y'all? Did I lose any of you? If I did, now tell me now I could go back and give you another one when it comes to relationship. Now, don't just listen to me talk because I'm a beautiful man. I need to know you're getting it. Scroll up the comments yonder. Oh yeah. People, when it comes to this Keta, Keta, it's a bitch. Our ancestors are trapped on it. It's infused in our DNA. Once we made it out of the hood, we're gonna go back to the hood. Once we was niggas at one point in the game, we're gonna go back to being niggas. Once we was crackers, we're gonna go back to being crackers. How do you say you can't turn a hoe into a housewife and you can't turn a nigga into a man? This is the gold standard of how people see us. And you wonder why they say this word. So let's take all them insults away and just say that motherfucker gonna have a Keta moment. That sounds a lot nicer, don't it? This is a word that's hidden in the dictionary. That motherfucker gonna have a Keta moment. Watch. Gonna have a Keta moment. Let me tell you what the definition of Keta is outside of the salmon. We know the subconscious salmon, the salmon migration to their birthplace gave us what it is. That's why they call it Keta salmon. So let me tell you another one. So let's break down the word in Hebrew. Everybody liked the old Hebrew. Let's even talk about our brothers, the Hebrew Israelites. We go back to what we know. We don't look for nothing different. So the word in Hebrew, Keta, Keta, in Hebrew, and I'll read it right here. Da, 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 da. So Keta in Hebrew means part, section, thing, gag. What you mean gag? If I'm not mistaken, gag is a joke. Gag is a memory, a facade. Gag is playfulness, whimsical. Gag is just like fuck you over, laugh. This funny. Now the word Hebrew, keta in Hebrew means a part, a section, a thing, a gag. What did I tell you about our memory? It's a part of our thought process. It's a thing that we attach something to. It's a section of our mind, of our thoughts. That maybe that one ain't get you right. Let me scratch my head. I ain't greased it yet. Well, let's talk about Keta, in the American word, Keta. Did you know that Keta is slang in the movie, in the video industry? Baron, what you say? You telling me that they have this word that we never heard of? And that's how they refer to it in the music industry, all these music videos you see, the Drakes and the Kendricks, the Cardi B's and the Sam Jacksons and shit. Hold on. It's a scene in a movie. It's a part of a movie, a script. It's when you watching a movie, you go back to it. Damn, if I'm not mistaken, that's that memory again, right? I'm telling you about that memory. And our memory become our subconscious. See, what people don't understand, your memory is your strongest superpower. And let me help you out. When we have a memory, we learn. So our habits are learned traits. No, I'm sorry. Our traits are learned habits. Learn is still memory because we had to experience something to which we are instilling inside ourselves. So memory is the strongest thing. And if you want to be honest, my personal belief, memory is one of the gods that died. That's why you got 5 plutonic solids instead of 7, where it's supposed to be 7. You only got 5. But we'll talk about that, later on. We'll talk about that in another one. So you got memory, who has died and lost. That's why they say there's nothing new under the sun. Because we're operating off of memory. We haven't got into inspiration yet. See, the opposition to Keter is inspiration. And I know I'm being real technical, and I know I done lost some people, but baby, rock with me, follow me. I swear you're going to learn and you're going to be able to defeat this shit. So if the music in the movie, Illuminati, the powers that be, the big boys, if they sitting up there having this word and saying, this is a Keta, so let's go to a scene in a movie. Let's go to the Keta 3.92 on the reel. And they can go and they can manipulate that, change it around, flip it, or they can show that scene on all your commercials and shit. So now that's in the movie and the music industry, Keta. Look it up. So let's look at the definition of Keta. Keta is you remembering a distant memory. Remembering a distant memory from long ago. And they'll cut it off right there. Because I done seen times when I done been happy. And I remember a joke I heard. There go that gag. I remember a joke I done heard a long time ago and I laughed. A joke I heard a long time ago as a kid, I laughed. I done seen somebody bust their ass and I laughed. I done seen some shit happen in the past to which made me so motherfucking sad that I cried and my life was going great. It's a distant memory. This is a word. Now, how many of us are so depressed right now in our life and we are trying to maintain happiness? We are trying to think about the future. We are trying to overcome our adversity. The only thing we could do is have those Keta moments. I remember when I had the best man on the planet, but now I'm single now. I remember when I had the best woman and she did everything for me, but now I'm sitting up here single. I remember when I had the finest car, the nicest clothes, the best jewelry. I remember when I had the baddest motherfucking body. I remember when my dick used to stand up, boom, and my dick was legendary, baby. I remember when I could drop this whole little motherfucker, just make them say, ugh, in less than 2 seconds. These are Keta moments. Because these Keta moments present a traumatic situation. See, they don't want to sit up there and look at it. You may think of a time you laughed and joyed. And now I'm finna hit you with the real deal, people. You may think that if I go back in a distant memory and I see a time where I had a great life and things was going good for me, and you may think about that moment as in a good way, but then you instantly got to jump back to this reality here, and you don't have that. Know what that creates in your life? Trauma, drama, depression, because now you want to get back to that or something similar. And what you gonna do? You're gonna do that salmon energy and you're gonna migrate your ass all the way back to that point, thinking you're gonna get a rebirth, or you're gonna go back to that energy thinking it's gonna birth a new version of yourself. Are you getting it now, people? Are you getting how toxic this word is? Do you the thought process of this memory and letting Keta control it? I'm transparent. I told you I'm running for president, bearing for president. So I remember when I got married the first time. Now I done been married twice. Both of the marriages. My first wife didn't cheat on me. I can tell you that. We were just kids and young and stupid, and we just didn't know. We were trying some shit. You know, we knew each other from the neighborhood, got together. She didn't know how to take my kid. I didn't know how she was raising her kids. Had an attachment to her grandma. She couldn't leave her grandmama and her family alone. Me, I ain't care about my family because I was abused. So I didn't understand. So that wasn't a bad marriage. It just lasted really short. So then I look at the time where I walked that woman down the aisle. I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I was doing something. I was breaking generational curses, people. I was going to be the first one of my mama kids to get married and stay married and have a family. I had started me a business. I was breaking generational curses. I was at the height of my goddamn life. That marriage lasted every bit of 6 months. Now, when I walked down the aisle, I cried. I cried like a baby. Oh, tickle my wife. I almost passed out. My brother Terrell, he grabbed me on the back. It's okay. And I'm feeling, man, I'm feeling like a punk. I'm feeling like a punk. I'm stronger than this. I kept apologizing because I played that in my head, right? That's that distant memory. That's that Keta moment. And I look at it. Why is the happiest day of my life where I made a decision to be a man, to stand up, to do the right thing by society, God, and everybody else, woman, child, all that? I made the decision to do that. Why is that a Keta moment? Why does that moment bring me pain? And let me tell you why. I had to meditate on this now. The reason that brings me pain is because I don't have that energy right now in me. That was the purest form of me. That's when I gave the one love that I had. And I made a commitment. And that commitment fell short. So now when I look at that, I'm not looking at it as I was sitting up there getting married to Nicole. I look at myself as a failure because it's not with me now. Varen, I'm not understanding. Some of y'all look back at y'all marriages and y'all relationship or when y'all first started boo thinging and fucking and doing like this, and y'all done been together 6, 7 years, 20 years, 30 years. And you look back at the happier times then and you realize it ain't that no more. That energy ain't here. I'm lost. I don't know because that's what I want. And he won't give it to me. She won't give it to me. Not for once thinking that you have grown. You are a different person. You done rebirthed yourself several times. You done became something totally different. That energy is not for you to live in. That memory should not permeate through your mind as your staple, as your learned habit or your trait or your gold standard of who you are today. This is why I advocate for living in the moment. Keta is a trauma response. Keta is something that creates so much trauma. Why do you think they create movies? Why do you think we can stroll up down our lines on TikTok and they'll show us a movie to have happened from Jason Friday the 13th long time ago. And then when they show us that memory, it'll pop up and then we have to think about all what we was doing in that memory. I couldn't stay up. I was under somebody else's thumb. I was afraid of everything. People was hurting me. We was on the brink of war. Same thing what's going on now. Let me do you one better. Everybody had this Facebook, right? Facebook would send you a photo from 10 years ago. Facebook good at creating Keta moments. Yeah, I'm talking about technology because I need you to get it. They'll send you a picture through your Google email, whatever, and say, do you want to save this moment? Do you want to save it? And now that shit pop up and you looking at it and you like, damn, I was so happy. Yeah, I had abs. I was in shape. Dick print showing. I had the baddest thing on my arm. Ooh, woo. And then you snap out of that Keta moment and you come back to your life and you're like, man, I'm all fat now. I got love handles and shit, man. I'm alone, eating beans and weenies in the house with a cat. Where my life went to, I was that guy. I was that girl. Where my life went. What happened? Where did I go wrong? And now that Keta is depressing you. Now you want to get your ass back in the gym, spend money on supplements. Now you want to sit up there and get brand new clothes and get into your low moment, get into your ego energy. And now you want to just try to regain that energy thinking it's going to make you whole again, but it is not. It is a gag. Is it an illusion? It is a sin. Hell, the word's right there in the definition. What does it mean in the Hebrew? Gag. What's a gag? A joke. They're telling us we should not live in that moment. We should not try to recreate that moment. But yet we do. Because we haven't grown and we don't understand that we are different than that moment. We are in a totally different energy. Now that's relationship, people. Let's get on religion, spirituality. Let's talk about the Keta moment. And I'm transparent, people. I want to be president of the United States. I promise I do. I can fix this country in 30 days. I promise. So I'm transparent. So anything you find out against me, feel free to use it. I don't mind. I will stand on it. I will stand on it. When it comes to our spirituality and our religion, everybody done heard of the Christianity. Everybody done heard of it, been indoctrinated in and all that stuff. We go and we try to become better spiritualists. We sit up there and try to become ascended masters, but then we have that one thought of us giving our life to Jesus Christ, giving Jesus Christ our soul, standing at the altar with this preacher, and he come to Jesus just now. He will save you. He will save you just now. And every time we try to ascend, to love our neighbor, to be brothers with somebody that's not of the Christian faith, we got to quote them Bible verses that they fed us in Sunday school. Anytime we try to burn a candle for our ancestors, that's demonic. We, in the back of our mind, we thinking, okay, who? It's a man with a glove and a scythe gonna come and kill me, or I'm signing my name on a book to go to hell. So ain't nowhere in hell I could fix my life. Ain't nowhere in hell I could evolve and live in the moment. Ain't nowhere in hell my conscious mind can become intergalactic, interstellar, spiritual. Because of that religion that we stuck to and clung to, that we have Keta moments. So when we do it, so when we lay out our tarot cards, when we burn our candle, when we make our ebos, when we sit up there and we do a little root work, when we sit up there and we do a little read in a different book other than the Bible, all our shit fall flat. We get afraid. I can't do it. I can't do it. You know what? I'm going to pay somebody else to do it. Let them take the hit. I just reap the rewards. If I'm lying, say I'm lying. The reason why we can't achieve the glory and abundance that's set out for us to do, for us to gain, is we're too busy hopping back on the Keta moment of our original religion that was taught to us. Now, let's say that you was raised in a spirituality setting and you found Jesus Christ to be your Lord and Savior. Even when you start reading that Christian book, that Bible, and you convert into something new, going to a new energy, you're going to always think back to when you seen grandma out there cutting that chicken up and throwing it on the fire. You will always think back to when you seen mama climbing the tree and putting the mangoes and shit in the ocean for Yah or any water deity. Writing scriptures and sheep blood on the door to keep the enemy away. You're going to always have that, even though you're sitting up here trying to be the best Christian you can be. But you're going to think, am I doing something wrong to my ancestors because I'm trying to be Christian? You're going to have that Keta moment. And it's going to be a trauma-based response. Because you're going to say, that's my origin, but I'm not that now. Am I wrong? And then you lose hope and you lose faith. And then your shit don't work. Jesus ain't gonna see you if you don't have no faith in him. Let alone your ancestors ain't gonna see you if you don't venerate them with 100% respect. You see how bad Keta is? It's a gag, it's a joke. It's a distant memory, a scene in your mind that we go back to thinking that we can get stronger and better when we go back to it. See, when it comes to spirituality, we'll go back to our point of origin and we'll rebuke it. We'll curse it out. I don't need you no more, demon. I don't need you no more voodoo. I got Jesus Christ. I don't need you no more Christianity. I got Islam. I don't need you no more Islam. I got goddamn Christianity. And you're fighting the old energy, forsaking the new version of yourself. If that ain't a message, I don't know what is. I think I need to wipe my mouth with a handkerchief like an old Southern Negro preacher, baby. Yeah. Your spirituality ain't spiritualing because you're too busy having Keta moments when it comes to your praise, veneration, and worship. If you make a decision to become a spiritualist and leave any organized religion, stick with it. It's your decision. Don't half-ass it. And y'all sitting up here doing petitions, writing spells, thinking y'all can create a new life for yourself, thinking y'all could manifest the energy you need. But every time you sit up there and look at that altar you made that you hide in your closet, that you keep covered up when your family members come over, when you look over there and you see your kids and you think they're going to judge you, or when you wear your elites, or when you wear beads like this, or when you wear your little charms and bracelet, your little stones and crystals, you sit up there, oh, are they going to try me? When you start growing your hair out because that's what you want to do, take on a mountain man approach, you start feeling wild, cut the perm out your head and you're going natural. Put the perm in your head from going natural. You think your family gonna judge you. You have these Keta moments and it become a trauma response. And y'all walk around saying, oh, I'm dealing with my trauma. No, you're dealing with old trauma. You're not dealing with the new energy. And the reason you're dealing with old trauma is because you keep revisiting it. I'm a spiritualist. You think I'm gonna let a Christian come tell me about the Bible when I have made a decision to be this? I am in my conviction that I am a tarot man. I am a Southern folk magic practitioner. I am a spiritualist. I want to be an ascended master. So no, you're not gonna tell me I'm not that. No, you're not gonna give me some bullshit fracanacle story that I can be the worst person on the planet, that I'm gonna go to a mythical place in hell and burn. You don't know, you ain't never fucking been there. I ain't never been there. So don't come kill my vibe. Don't put that memory in my head. Don't put that thought process in there. Don't play me for fucking stupid, people. Let me be who I'm gonna be. Ignore my ignorance if you know better. Let your God or my God fight over what they're gonna do with me and leave me be. Am I making sense? But when it comes to spirituality, people, we losing the goddamn war because we want to have a Keta moment and keep going back to our point of origin, thinking we can get some from there. Oh, I used to do witchcraft. I was in all that shit, but now I done went back to Jesus Christ. How your life going since you done went back to Jesus Christ? You're sitting up there in the same old church, listening to the same old man preaching, pulpitting it, and then you're giving your tithe and offering, you're going home with your own goddamn problem, unable to make it better because you're waiting on some mythical man in the sky to do it for you. Keta moment, goddamn. Put you back in the place of a child, waiting on your mama to feed you, waiting on your daddy to come home. You're a grown ass fucking person right now. You can make your own decisions. Do your goddamn job and work your life. If Christianity is what you want to do, goddamn it, Christianity, that bitch to the ends of the earth. You be the best and strongest Christian you could be. If Islam, be the best strong Islamic man you could be. If you goddamn into voodoo, Santeria, Ifa, you go so motherfucking hard that nobody can sit up there and deny who you are. But we want to think back to the time when we were Christians and say that's evil. See, I was into that and my magic wasn't strong. I was able to do things, but I didn't have no confidence in myself. If I keep letting other people set the standard for me, am I setting my own standard? Am I in control of my life? That's religion. Hope y'all getting it. Keta is a bad motherfucker. So let's go over here. We done did relationship. We done did religion. Let's go over here to right now in our everyday daily life right now. Some of you guys are unhappy with where God, universe, source, yourself have placed you in your moment of time and need in life right now. Some of you guys can't see the glory and the benefits of what you got going on right now because you're constantly having these Keta moments. You're constantly worrying about how you used to be, how you used to have it. You're constantly worrying about all the bullshit you used to go through, and I never go through that shit again. You're constantly worried about the past, hoping it don't affect the here and now, and then you ain't even stepping into the future properly. You see, that's what Keta do. It's a joke, it's a gag, it's a memory that plays out in your mind from the distant, and even if it was the best, happiest memory on the planet, it's still gonna make you feel sorrow because you don't have it no more. Let's talk about if you done lost a loved one. You done lost I love my grandma, I done lost her. I love my granddad, I done lost him. I love my mama, I done lost her. Some people done lost children. And they say, oh, the good old fashioned church and just remember them. Live in the memory, baby. Live in the memory when you had them. I tell you, don't do that. Don't live in the memory when I had my mama and my grandma with me. No, I'm taking my grandma with me everywhere I go. I'm gonna talk and act as if she's still next to me. I'm gonna talk to my mama and act as if she's still next to me. I'm gonna act and talk as if my relative, my loved ones, is still next to me. Now we get somewhere with our ancestor worship and veneration, baby. You can't tell me that they not with me no more because they say they gonna always be with me. You can't tell me they not with me. You can't tell me they a memory. You ain't gonna put that fuck shit in my head that my beloved grandmama, my mama, my whoever is a memory, is a thought. It's a joke. They not no goddamn memory to me. They here. They everywhere. When I look at my hands, I got my mama hands. When I cooking on that stove, making them pots up, I got my grandma knowledge. When I pull out my blade to cut a bitch in the ass for fucking with me, I got my granddaddy's attitude. They with me every damn well. So I'm not finna sit up here and think back to a memory when I had them. I'm taking them with me, people. See, this is where you gotta understand. This is how you defeat Keta, baby. Stop worrying about the energy of then and stop putting yourself back there in the energy of then and worry about the energy of now. Fortify what you got going on right now. No matter what you're doing. If you hoeing, you hold your best right now. Don't worry about me, your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend sitting up there telling you, oh, you gonna suffer for that shit. Be the best hoe you can be. If you winning, be the best winner you can be. If you're selfish as fuck in your life right now, be the best selfish nigga you can be. Who am I to judge you? Who the fuck are you to allow somebody to poison your psyche, to make you think that there's somebody on this planet more important than you? See, the way I'm looking at it, right? I'm at this time in my life where I got peace. I got so much peace. You know what I'm saying? I got so much peace in my heart, so much peace in my life. I got problems like everybody else, but I got so much peace. I'm not letting nobody take that away from me. I'm not letting nobody put me in a position to think about the past. I'm not going to judge my new lady on what my old ladies did. I'm not going to judge my new kids that I'm raising on what my older kids did. I am in this moment and I don't want to sit up there and relive these memories, these thoughts, no matter how good or how bad. I say I'm going to take them with me. They happened. I recognize I survived that shit. I came through it. It was there. It happened. I'm moving forward. Think about the song Boys and Men. I want to break it down for you. They were trying to tell you how to get rid of Keta. And I'll take with me the memories to be my sunshine after the rain. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. They were saying, God damn it, I know it's a tough time, but you take that person with you to be your sunshine, man. To be your happiness. You take that memory of that person, that thing, that car, when you had it. Yeah, I used to be a dope dealer, gangbanger. I had the money, I had the hoes, I had the clothes, I had the cars. Guess what? I can look back and smile, bitch, I was doing it. I was doing it. And if I need to do it again, I can get there, but I'm at a different point in my life, y'all. You ever see an old pimp sit back, old motherfucker, he talking about what he had, he a bum on the street, drinking a beer in front of the stove, and he ain't got not one regret in the world. He's a bum right now in this energy. He not sitting up there being depressed that he's a bum, dirty, ain't got no money. He's sitting up there saying, God damn, boy, I had it, bitch, young blood, I was there. I did it, bitch. I had them all, I had all them hoes. I had them up 54th Street down there to 32nd. I ran that shit. And you were like, damn, nigga, you poor. You fell off. You ain't got it. No, young blood, you don't know. I'm free. I'm cool with it. Because I done it. That's a man who understand how to defeat Keta. See, I had to learn from the bombs and the crackheads and everybody in the community. Because a crackhead is a crackhead in that moment. A bomb is a bomb in that moment. Barry, you ain't making sense. Them people ain't got nothing. They got everything because they got joy. They got hope. They got faith. They got confidence. They got themselves. They got pure understanding of themselves. Some of y'all can't be good husbands to your wives because you're worried about what type of pussy you used to fuck in the past. Some of y'all can't be good wives to your husband because you're worried about what type of dick you used to have in the past, what type of man provided for you in the past, not worried about what the fuck he got going on right now. Some of y'all can't appreciate the new vehicle you got because you're too busy thinking, man, I used to drive a Lexus, now I'm driving a goddamn Honda Civic. I'm driving a motherfucking Nissan Century. I done fell off. You can't enjoy the moment. Some of y'all can't enjoy this house that you're living in because it's a smaller version of what you had back when you had it. I used to have a 7-bedroom house, 5 bathroom, 2-car garage. Now I'm living in this 3-bedroom house, bills paid. I got money in my pocket, but it ain't what I had before. I could get that shit if I want it. Now you're in that trauma Keta moment. Now you're saying, damn. Mm, 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 mm. Ain't this a bad word? Ain't it a bad word? How many of y'all heard of the word Keta? How many have y'all heard of this word before? Y'all hit that like button. People, these things fucks with us. And Keta needs to be eradicated. We don't need to have a joke played on our lives. The Hebrew word is gag. Gag. The movie industry, the videos, they sit up there and say this is a section, a time, a scene. In English, it says a distant memory, scene, section coming back that you remember. But they don't tell you that shit is going to cause you depression, sadness, and strife. Because once you remember something, you got to compare it to something to have a memory of it. You're going to remember that fine ass woman you had. You're going to remember when your wife had the best banging body on the planet and now she done got older. She can't maintain that. Her views and shit is different. So now you're going to look at her, man, my wife got fat. I remember when she was fine, man, she could do better. Now I don't want to fuck her. I don't want to touch her. I'm mad at her. You look at your husband, man, I remember when he could fuck me 4-5 times a day. Now he barely gets a dick up. He's 70 years old. He can't do shit. He made a young boy who can relive like him. Then you run into something your ass can't handle on both ends. I'm petty. Don't mind me. I'm petty. Enjoy what the fuck you got now. Stop letting these Keta moments put you in a situation. See, I developed this thing to where I realize I don't ever want to be sad no more. I may cry, I may think about it, but I'm not going to take that energy with me. This is what I developed, y'all. I said I'm going to live in the moment. If you allow me to explore you, love you, be with you, cherish you in that moment, that's where I'm at. And the next day you say, I got to go. I'm going to take that memory with me and I'm going to say it was a memory. I'm not going to compare my life or anything moving forward to your memory because that will make you so unimportant to me. That will give me a traumatic scene. That will make me depressed. That will make me hate the simple fact that you're not there. And then I'll try to recapture that moment with you when you done changed into a different person. I'm a different person. My energy is different. Your energy is different. This is why you got people that cheat in relationships. It's deep. This is why you got people who steal people's money from the banking industry. This is why you got burglars and murderers and people who can't control their emotions because they remember a time when they had it and they want to get it back and they're going to do some dumb shit to get it again. They're going to destroy their lives and their situation they got going on right now. I done been there. I done been that place, man. I done lived every day in a sense of I just need to be protected. I just need to protect myself. I need to protect myself from the one I'm loving on, the one I'm fucking on. I need to protect myself from the new way these young jitterbugs out here acting. I need to protect myself from my friends. I need to protect myself from the people who pouring into me. I need to protect myself from my deities. I need to draw sigils and signs and circles. If I'm praising these deities and I'm giving them veneration and I'm my ancestors, I need to do all this shit to protect myself for them because I've heard stories that this what happened, that what happened. One foot in, one foot out. If I'm in, I'm in. If I'm out, I'm out. One of my strong suits, and I say this, one of my strong suits is I don't go back to my past. That's in relationships too. We done, we done. I'm not gonna fuck you again. You can be butt naked right there. I'm not gonna put dick in you no more. I'm not gonna flirt with you in that manner. I'm not gonna play that game. Because now I'm inviting that fucking energy. I'm inviting that Keta moment. Because even if I recaptured that moment again, now I'm depressed because now I want it. Because that's where I felt good at. That's where I had a staple. I understand that. So I gotta not tempt that energy, and I gotta take the memory with me and enjoy it. Take that to be my sunshine. I had that before. I had a bad one. I had an old sexy old thing. I done had several. I had that nice car, baby. I'm okay with it. If I want something, I can get it again. I can get something like that. 2.0 even better. Maybe I'll never find that again, but guess what? I'm okay with it. How many of y'all could think like that, people? How many of y'all, if y'all could just understand that the Keta moment that we have is just a fucking joke? The memories that we live is a joke. It's a gag. Take the goddamn memory with you and elevate yourself to the next level, but understand you did that. You had that at one point. You was the man, you was the lady, you was that person. God damn it, that you achieved that. Enjoy the moment that you achieved, that you did something you never did before. And move on and do something different in your life. Keep harking back on what you shoulda, woulda, coulda. Them regretful things. Keta creates regretful moments. I don't give a fuck how happy it is. I'll leave you with this. When a baby is born and they grow up and go to college, parents, they'll get up there and they pull out old photos and they'll go to crying. I remember when you was just born, you gave me such hell. And I remember your little hands and your little feet, they were so wrinkled and you was just so cute as a baby. You had the slob out your mouth, you shitted and pissed on your father. And they crying their ass off. Them ain't happy tears. You secretly wishing that person could go back to that energy. And you put yourself in a depressive moment because you know that can never happen. Pay attention. So I'm not gonna worry about when my kids was just born and young and they go out there and go to college. I'm gonna say, boy, I gave birth to some good motherfucking children. I remember when you was ugly as fuck when you were born, hair all over your face, thought you was a werewolf child, but you did good. God damn it, you did good. Go and live your life. That's how I'm gonna defeat Keta. I'm gonna understand that that was a moment in my time, and I'm not finna hark back to that. I'm gonna tell them to go push forward, create some more memories, give me something to look at. I need your life to be my motherfucking joy in the future. Let me stare my gaze at what you're doing on right now, not the fuck what you did. I can't recapture that moment, but I could damn sure control and capture what the fuck I'm seeing now. Keta is a gag. Now that you know it, you can defeat it. Now that you know what it is, you can control it. People, if we don't heal, we're going to fail. If we don't heal, we're going to fail. No matter how much praying we do, burning candles we do, no matter how many animals we throw on the fire, if we keep harking back to the time when we was glorified and we had it, we ain't never going to get nowhere. Let me talk to my black folk right now. Black folk, y'all can hear me. Black folk, if we keep harking on the simple fact that we was kings and queens in Africa, and we keep trying to get back to that energy, circumstances have changed, times have changed, laws have changed. There's new breeds, new understanding, new technology. We can never go back to being kings and queens in Africa. What we can do is build an empire where we stand. How many people gonna worship a Musa Masa in this day and age? How many people gonna sit up there and bow down to somebody? And let me guess, you the chosen one. Who says you the chosen one? I mean, think about this. And we sit up here trying to build a community, a complex. We trying to build a life. We trying to build something. That's why I say don't listen to these motherfucking paid celebrities tell you that you're a Pan-Africanist, you're a Hotepian, my sister, my brother. We was once kings and glorified. That's a Keta moment. They using that shit against your skin. It's a Keta moment. They telling you what the fuck you were, but are they giving you a solution how to get there? We need to get our own banks. We need to get our own schools. We need to give our own industry. But how many people want to do that? Then they'll, in the same breath, they'll say niggas can't work together. But you know what? I know where I come from. I know my roots. I know I was great. I know we did it. I know I was loved. I know I was hated. But moving forward in my life, I'm going to do what I got to do to make me sustainable and the people in my community and around me. And if my race get behind me and go with it, by all means, baby, let's go. But I'm not going to tell you what you were. I'm going to tell you what you can be and what you should strive to. Fuck your past. Your past come with pain, sorrow, torture, trauma, drama, and everything else. I'm going to tell you what your future going to give you: hope, a sense of purpose. Let's talk about our Caucasian counterparts. Let's talk about our white folk here. A lot of these racist ass white folks out there are racist only because you got somebody in a goddamn robe preaching the past to them. You're preaching the past. I remember when we had them in chains. We had them like that. Man, y'all living in a world that can never happen again. And you're angry and you're hurting yourself and you're not growing in life because you're thinking about a time where you could whoop a bitch ass and spit on a motherfucker, make a motherfucker do what you gotta do. The laws have changed. The world has evolved. The energy is different. Who the fuck is gonna have you as their master? Man, get over that shit. Move forward. Build an empire for your people. Stop harking on them Keta moments. Women, let's talk about y'all asses. Women, I remember a time men was chivalrous. They'll hold the door for us, put the umbrella over our head. We can do everything. They'll pay all our bills. They'll do all this. A man protected, provided, prophesied, and every goddamn thing else. Why can't it be like that? Times have changed. You're looking at the past. Deal with the new energy. Handle it the way it's supposed to be handled. Stop worrying about what your grandma went through, what your great grandma went through. Look at the energy now. Move forward, adjust. Stop worrying about the past because it's going to make you depressed, angry, and bitter. Move forward with it. If you know this is the type of man that you see in your area, you handle that particular individual accordingly. If you want to build a life with that person, don't ask that person to act like his granddaddy. To act like to treat you like he treated his grandmama when you ain't acting like his grandmama used to act. Those are Keta moments. That you didn't live that life, your grandma did. You living this life right here. Be the new person, to be the new version of you. Brothers, you sitting up here saying you want a woman to bring 50% to the goddamn table. You want her to be a maid, wash your ass, your drawers, suck and fuck you whenever she want to. Just snap your fingers and she do what it is. You telling her to act like her grandmama. Haven't y'all Negroes know times have changed? The laws are different. The energy is different. Woman's right, equality. We ain't bringing home the bacon. We ain't out there with a gun and a goddamn net, dragging a fucking tiger to the house for her to cook up and eat. She ain't got to sit up. She can't sit up there and put her feet up in this time and age and relax. She have to get out there and get it just like us because the system's fucking us both over. But we want to sit up there and give these women hell because they are in a different energy now than when your granddaddy had your grandmama in. Can you be more foolish, brothers? Operate with that woman with the energy you are in now. If you know that she's in the thought and bopping, and you know that she's into getting her own bag and her independent, you rock with that version of her and be happy. Stop giving these Keta moments all your power and making yourself look like a goddamn joke. Telling a woman you need her to cook and clean and you gonna pay all the bills. Baby, I need your help. And you put it in that statement, if I fucking fail and I'm doing all this, baby, I need to know you can be there to bring me up. I don't need you to stack your shit and let me suffer to the point of no return. Then you get mad at me, I ain't got it. If I'm going to do it like this, I need to know that what you saving, you going to help me. That's the conversation you have. You said it there. Women, y'all failing at relationships with us because you guys don't give us that conversation. Listen, I'm about my bag, I'm about my money, and I'm about me. I'm going to make me happy. I'm going to do what I got to do. I can love you. I can deal with you. I can be with you. But I am not finna hold you to a standard of my father doing that. The time is different. I'm going to hold you to how I want you to treat me in this day and age where I'm at. That's how you defeat the whole alpha male and bitter bitch energy that's going on. Man hating woman shit. Colorisms. Black and white. Live in the moment right now. Stop thinking about what the fuck happened in the past. How it was in the past. You are not in the past. You are here and now. This is the energy of the man. This is the energy of the woman. This is the energy of society. This is the energy of race relations. This is the energy of economics. We have to adapt and move forward. I hope y'all hearing me. So here go your homework. People, here go your homework. I want you all today at some time when you watch this video tonight, whenever. I want you guys to get a simple piece of paper. And I want you to write down the worst moment in history you ever had. I don't give a fuck if you was in an accident, got blown up in the car. Write that moment down. Write down the worst moment that you can imagine in your memory. You're going to go back to the worst motherfucking time. I don't care if you were tied up in chains. I don't care if you was getting assaulted. I don't give a fuck what it is. You're going to write it down on a piece of paper. You're going to write it down. You're going to take that piece of paper. You're going to set it on the side. Then you're going to write down the best time of your life where you just had all joys and smiles. You're going to have all joys and smiles. You're going, oh, baby, I had it going on. I was that bitch. I had them bottles popping. I had that ass. You're going to write down the moment that make you don't even use words. You just can use sounds. Write it down. Going to rip it out. You're going to put it on your right. So now you got the worst time of your life on your left. You got the best time of your life on your right. And you're just going to do this right here. Simple act now. You're going to cover them up. You're going to cover them. And you're just going to take your hands off of them. You're going to take your hands off of them and you're going to do like this. Rest them on your lips. And you're going to look down. And you're going to try to read them at the same time. Listen to what I'm saying. You're going to try to read both of them energies that you wrote down at the same time. That means you got to make your right eye work and your left eye work at the same time. You got to make your right brain work and your left brain work at the same time. I don't know if some people do it. I can't. And you're going to try to do it. I mean, don't jump from side to side. Don't read this one and read that one. You're going to try to read them simultaneously. You're going to try to read each word simultaneously. And if you can't do that, and if you can't make that happen, if you can't regulate both of them at the same time, merging together, people, let me tell you something. That means it shouldn't stick. That means that shit should not be in your head. Your greatest moment should not be paired with your worst moment. And if you can't do it, what good are they? What good are you thinking about them? Because you can't cancel each one of them out. So you move forward. Only thing you got is the future. If you can't cancel the past, look to the future. What was the common denominator in both of those scenarios? The good memory and the best memory. I mean, the worst memory and the best memory. The common denominator, they was memories. And they can't cancel each other out because they are quantum locked in a memory state. So fuck the memory and create a life for yourself. Create something new. Move forward, people. Done. You just beat Keta. You just fucking beat it. You beat the gag. How y'all feeling today? I'm done. I'm done. Look at me now. Look at me now. I'm done. How y'all feeling today? Was this a message for you? Did you learn something? Listen, I'm not the best spiritualist on the YouTube. I'm just a good one. Okay? Rock with me if you want. Leave if you don't. I'm okay with it. I just want you all to be good. I just want you all to be better. I want you all to be the best you can be. Because God knows that sometimes in my life I was not the best I could be. I tried to recapture moments in my life that I could never recapture again. Like putting on a pair of 32 Slims and knowing I'm a goddamn 36 wide right now. I never capture that moment. People, get your shit together. Grow the fuck up. Look to the future. Be better than what you are right now. Your past is your past. Your memory should not dictate how you move forward. Keta is a bad thing. So let me tell you the definition. In Hebrew, Keter is a section, a thing, or a gag. That's Hebrew. It's a section, thing, or gag. Joke. It's the divine comedy. In movies, they say a noun Keter is a type of salmon. Spices are transferred, smoked salmon. It's a salmon. We know what salmon do. It always goes back to the point of origin, thinking that it's gonna be better, rebirth itself, and it ends up giving birth and dying, and then it just recreates that generational thing. Then we go over here to uh, what's Keta in Latin? Keta, get this. Keta in Latin is a name for chum salmon. Wonder why. What does a salmon do? What did I just explain to you? In Latin, it's salmon. Think they're trying to tell us something? Wow. All these words. That's crazy. Keta definition in American Dictionary. It's still referring to the word salmon. That's crazy. Whew. Let me see. But the definition of it is image, by the way, an image that inexplicably leaps back into your mind from the distant past, your memory. We may laugh, we may joke, but ultimately it's a memory. Ultimately, it's going to bring us trauma and sadness because we can't relive it no more. It's not here. Move forward, people. Get out your goddamn feelings, get out your past, get out your shit. Live for the future, live for love, live for yourself, live for life. Take the memories of your dead loved ones with you and be great. Tell mama, hey mama, I know you're dead and gone, but guess what, baby? I'm in Hollywood. You always want to see Hollywood. I give you the permission to look through my eyes. Daddy, you love me and I made it to college. I graduated. Daddy, I'm married now. Daddy, I got it going on. daughter, you're not here with me no more, unfortunately. But we made it, baby. Everything you told me to look out for, I'm here. Son, you died in the military, you died of whatever. Baby boy, you're here with me. Stop sitting up there wishing and, oh, they dead. They dead. They not here no more. I wish they could see this. But they let them see it then. Tell them they can see it. Invite them to see it. Let's get this toxic shit up out of our system. All right, everybody, I'm done. All right, everybody. Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Come through this channel, 8:30 p.m. Listen to the readings. Again, if I do your reading and you say I can record and upload it, I'm uploading that bit right back. So I'm just a week out. I only got a week left of videos. So if you want your shit up there recorded, I'll hit the record button. I'll edit the bitch and put it up. I'll take your names out of them though. Every second Thursday of the month is True Spook TV. That's my other YouTube channel, True Spook TV. Y'all go over there and watch it. I got close to 30,000 subscribers on here and I only got 5,000 over there. So if you guys don't think it robbery, I would love for you guys to go and hype that channel up for me. True Spook TV, that's my other YouTube channel. You'll know it's the best creepy, spooky stories that actually happened to me in my childhood. Go check it out. 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time every second, well, twice a month, Thursday. So the second Thursday and the fourth Thursday, come through and look at the adventures of Tyke and his grandmama. Patreon members, every third Tuesday and every third Saturday, we're going to have teachings. The third Tuesday is for the one question tarot. That one question tarot for the Patreon. I give you as much information on the questions you ask. If you still don't get it, that don't mean email me. That means book a reading. But I'm gonna do my best. Those who rock with me know on that Patreon, I give you as much information as I can to help quell that question so you don't have to book a reading. But if you still got more questions, book a goddamn on reading, okay? The website will be up there. For the third Saturday, this is the teaching. We just finished out Sex Magic number 3. It got a little raunchy. Hey, but it worked. And I hope you guys listen to it. Because if you guys do it, I guarantee y'all can manifest whatever you need to manifest. But that's on my Patreon for the Patreon members. Go check it out. There's different tiers. Check it out as your discretion. I don't got no more to say, people. I just want to let you guys go. I thank you for rocking with me. All right, it says they cut onions in my apartment. You got me over here, bro. That's funny. Well, I just want to say I am the Baron telling you guys to trust in you and the universe, because at the end of the day, that's all you got. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all, Soul Tribe, and I thank you all for rocking with me. Y'all have a good one.